Okay, so on my mobile device now. Should I put off my camera? I think I should. Okay. Sorry about the previous video. Apparently, apparently my mic was muted. Rather, the power was down and I wasn't aware. If not, I would have changed it to the other pair. So the audio in the previous video is kind of bad, but I believe you can sit through it. So basically, this is where we are. Life example. So I'm now in writing about the solution, and you've seen I've been following the 5 steps so far. So now I'm writing. Okay. I think this will be better. So yes, now I'm writing. Um, you saw how I wrote these parts of the article, and yes, I'm on my mobile device. So as you can see, you can also do this with your mobile phone. This is still Google Docs. I'm using the mobile app. You can find it on Play Store. So is freelancing a risky career? That's where I was. And then I was talking about freelancers often have something we call feast or famine. So there's something we call feast or famine seasons. So basically sometimes everything is rosy, sometimes everything is rosy, and we are even rejecting jobs. We are getting paid our worth and just enjoying freelancing. Then all of a sudden, work begins to slow down to the extent that it feels like we are now begging for work, living off our savings. So it feels like we are now begging for work, living off our savings, and just and thinking about quitting the whole freelancing thing and getting a regular job. So it can be like that sometimes. So freelancing is actually a risky career, especially early phase. But then, but one, if you sit through and continue to deliver excellent work, you will not suffer much as in the earlier stages. Yup. But then again, is there really any job or business that doesn't have risk? That's something to think about. Is there any job or business that doesn't have risks? I don't think so. So freelancing, the risk with freelancing are not different from the risks with every other job or business, basically. So yes, it can be risky, but it's like every other thing in life. So job security now. Job security. Job security. Um, okay, I would just continue. So people often ask, okay, in case you are wondering, I think I would. Hmm, I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, freelancing can be risky at times, especially during the early phase. Okay. Then again, is there really any job or risk or business that doesn't have risk? So job security. I'm thinking of where to place this job security. So job security. How long do freelance jobs last? Job security isn't guaranteed, basically. That's what I'll say. Guaranteed. Freelance jobs can last. Freelance jobs can last from a few weeks to even a whole year. From a few weeks even to even a whole year. Yeah. The downside is that you never really know when the client may terminate your contract and decide not to continue working with you, even if you do great work. Even if you do great work, there are circumstances beyond control. The business may be struggling, maybe there is a new management. So there are quite a handful of reasons why etc. But like I said earlier, even regular jobs could be terminated at any point. So in life, nothing is really guaranteed. All right. Next, can you freelance while working full time? Okay, I think I would answer this part where I was talking about the job security. So I will just cut this. Um, Back to Is freelancing a risky career? I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, freelancing can be risky at times, especially during the early phase. Freelancers often have something called the feast and famine situation. Sometimes everything is rosy, we're even rejecting jobs, we're getting awards and just enjoying freelancing. Then all of a sudden, work begins to slow down to the extent that it feels like we're now begging for work, living off our savings, and thinking about quitting the whole freelancing thing and getting a regular job. The good thing is that, so I'll just say the good thing is that in such moments, you could get a regular job. As a matter of fact, that's when I'll put this. As a matter of fact, you can even freelance while working full time. The only thing is that you should be able to deliver what your clients expect. That means, okay, the only thing is that you should be able to deliver what your clients expect. So clients don't really care about whether or not you're working a full-time job if you're a freelancer. As a matter of fact, you can even freelance while working full-time. Clients don't really care. Clients don't really care how you live your life. The only thing is that you should be able to deliver what they expect of you, what they what they expect of you at the time agreed on. I know, I know medical doctors. I know medical doctors who are freelance writers. So I would take this back to, yeah. Okay, the good thing is that in such moments you could get a regular job while you freelance. As a matter of fact, you can even freelance while working full time. Clients don't really care how you live your life. Means that you should be able to deliver what they expect of you at the time agreed on. I know medical doctors who are freelance writers. Okay, then again, so the risk of freelancing are not different from the risk with every other business. Job security isn't guaranteed. Okay, is freelancing a risky career? Okay, I'm going to make these H4. So is freelancing a risky career? Yes. So then I'll make this H4. So freelancing, freelancing and job security. Freelancing and job security. Freelancing and job security. The risks with freelancing are not different from the risks with every other job or business. Job security isn't guaranteed. Freelance jobs can last from, okay, that says okay. But like I said, even regular jobs will determine at any point. So in life, nothing is really guaranteed. Then I'm going to say, but if you sit through the uncertainties, the uncertainties, and continue to deliver excellent work, you not suffer much. You not suffer as much as in earlier stages. So now We are here in the midst of the article, which is how to start freelancing. Step, I'm going to call this how to start freelancing. Remember, my keyword is in Nigeria. So how to start freelancing in Nigeria. In how to start freelancing in Nigeria, 5 simple steps. How to start freelancing in Nigeria. How many steps are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How to start freelancing. I'll just put how to start freelancing in Nigeria. So now I'm going to say, now let's dive into how to become a freelancer in Nigeria without losing your mind. This is me joking. So now let's dive into how to become a freelancer in Nigeria. Remember, this is H2. After writing, I would implement all of this, although I can still do it. So now let's dive into step 1. Here, if I were to start all over again, here are 8 simple steps I would take. Here are 8 simple steps I would take. Here are 8 simple steps I'll take. So step 1, this will be H3. Step 1, get a high income skill. So now I'll say this is getting a high income skill is the first step. So I would say getting a high income skill is the first step to becoming a freelancer. So see how I used the question they asked to answer them. Getting an income skill is the first step to becoming a freelancer. I already listed a few skills. I already listed a few skills. Listed a few skills above. If you are low on resources, writing, so if you're low on resources, writing is one of the easiest freelance jobs to get started. So I've answered this question already. If you're low on resources, writing is one of the easiest jobs to get started. But you need to be specific. Okay, get a high income skill. If you are low on resources, writing is one of the easiest jobs to get started. Um, if you're low on resources, writing is one of the easiest jobs to get started. How can I say? Don't mind my mannerisms. It's a way to help me think. So I'm thinking, should I add more or should I just proceed to the next step? So getting a high income skill is the first step to becoming a freelancer. I already said a few skills above. If you're low on resources, writing is one of the, so if you're low on resources, that is one of the easiest freelance jobs to get started. You just need to understand the basics. You just need to understand the basics like how to write captivating hooks using active voice. What else? um What else? Using active voice, short sentences and paragraphs. Short sentences and paragraphs. Okay, just need to understand the basics like how to do audience research, like just need to understand the basics like how to know the pain points of your target readers, comma, how to write captivating hooks, how to write attention grabbing headlines and captivating hooks, then how to appeal to the emotions of your readers, then using active voice, short sentences and paragraphs, using active voice, comma, simple words, short sentences and paragraphs to keep your articles punchy and engaging. If you can do that, if you can do that, comma, if you can do that, then okay, so you just need to understand the basics, then brush up on the fundamentals of SEO so that your articles can rank on Google, or you so that your articles can rank on Google. If you do that, if you can do that, then there are people who could pay you for that skill. Then the next is pick a niche. So step two, pick a niche. So this is also H3. Pick a niche. Now, if I click on document outline, you see that my document doesn't have an outline yet. It's just the H1 that is showing right up here. That's because I've not actually given the H2s and H3s. But by the time I finish writing and then I give the H2s and H3s, we see how the article, you see how the outline will show up here. Okay, so pick a niche. So no matter the skill you acquire, picking a niche will help you narrow down to a particular industry or sub industry, comma. So all your efforts are laser focused and appealing to a particular client group. For example, say you learned how to run Facebook ads. Your niche could be Facebook ads for fitness coaches. It could be Another niche could be Facebook ads for law firms. The list, I can go on and on. The key here is to find a segment of the market you can serve very well. It doesn't matter the skill. So same thing, if you're running data analysis, you could be running data analysis for a particular type of company, maybe data analysis for schools. That is a niche. So pick a niche. Then get a portfolio. 3, get a portfolio. Step 2. Funny how I'm already teaching you how to position yourself in the market. Step 3, get a portfolio. Get a portfolio, testimonials and recommendations. So starting out, you so no matter the skill you acquire, picking a niche, helping narrow down to a particular industry or sub-industry. So all your efforts are laser focused and appealing to a particular client group. The thing about skills is that they can be applied. So the thing um the thing about high income skills, the thing about high income skills is that they can be used in almost any industry in life. So, but trying to serve everyone with your skill is going to water down your value. No matter the skill you acquire, picking a niche helps you narrow down to a particular industry or sub-industry. All your efforts are laser focused and appealing to a particular client group. For example, say you learn how to run Facebook ads, your niche, oh, my brain is moving faster than my hands. Your niche could be Facebook ads for fitness coaches. Another niche could be Facebook ads for law firms. So I can go on and on. The key here is to find a segment of the market you can serve very well. A tip for finding a niche is to think about passion plus profitability. Think about passion plus profitability. So, what industries or sub industries are appealing to you? What industries or sub industries are appealing to you? To you, that even if you were to work for free, you would still kind of enjoy it. You still enjoy it. But also, but also, what niches or yes, what niches are in high demand? If you are a medical student, writing for health care companies slash blogs will be a perfect fit for you, except you don't really fancy the medical profession. So you can think about, so a tip for finding a niche is to think about passion plus profitability. What is something that is happening to you that even if you were to work for free, you still enjoy it, but also what niches are in high demand. You don't want to pick a niche. You don't want to lean into only passion and end up being a broke, passionately, passionately, a broke, passionate, skilled person, a broke, passionate, skilled person, a skilled, broke, passionate person, a skilled, a passionately broke, a passionately broke, skilled person. But at the same time, you don't want to only pick a niche just because of just for the money. Else you could else you are more likely to burn out or give up before you see success. So you need to strike a balance. You could face burnout or give up, or it could feel like you just be out of alignment basically. Mm. So American Rice American Plus will be a perfect fit for it. Okay, get a portfolio and testimonials or recommendations. So starting out, I advise people to work for free to build their portfolio, and then get testimonials from the people who they did free work for. One mistake many people make try and get is trying to get paid clients when they haven't built when they don't have a portfolio or recommendation or testimonials. Unless the person is someone who knows you and just wants to help. Unless the person is someone who knows and just wants to help, or you are extremely favored by God's command, you will be frustrated if you try to do this. Because why should they trust you? You don't have any proof that you can do what you what you claim to know how to do. Why should a business owner let you run their ads when you haven't done it before, and then pay you? Why should they let you design their work or build their websites? So instead of getting trying to get paid ASAP, so instead of trying to get paid, so instead approach businesses and offer to work for free. You would hands-on gain hands-on experience. Now, the truth is, actually, freelancing isn't meant for beginners. Oh, okay, let me take a step back. So pick a niche and then get a portfolio. So starting out, I want people to work for people to build their portfolio if they are not already experienced. If they are not already experienced, and then get experience from people who did, and get experience from people who they did free work for. Okay, get a testimonial or recommendations. I think I should break this down to, if you are already experienced, if you're already experienced in your field, if you're already experienced in your field or the skill you offer, you just have to arrange your past work into a portfolio. For example, say you previously worked at a company for 5, 10, or 5, 10, 15 years. You can highlight your role in those companies and how you used your skill to grow a business. You can also ask for recommendations from your employers. Okay? But if you are just starting out, but if you're just starting out, I advise you to work for free to build your portfolio. To build your portfolio. If you're just starting out, I advise you to work for free and build your portfolio. Okay. Then get testimonials from the people who you did free work for, or get testimonials from people for whom you did free work. One mistake many people make is trying to get paid clients when they don't have relevant a portfolio testimonials, unless the person is someone who knows you and just wants to help, or you're extremely favored by God, you frustrated if you try to do this. Because why should they trust you? You don't have any proof that you can do what you claim to know how to do. So basically, your portfolio is proof that you can do it. Why should the business owner let you run their ads when you haven't done it before? Or okay, and then pay you? Why should they let you design their work or build their websites if if they can't see similar things you've done? So instead curate your work into a portfolio. If you already have experience, or approach businesses to work for free if you are starting, if you are just starting out. Then gather the work and testimonials into a place they can easily visit online. For example, writers can use Tari or journal portfolio. Graphic designers usually use Behance, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Behance? I can't remember the exact spelling. I'll check this. Graphic designers usually use Behance. Web developers web developers have GitHub or live websites to prove they know what they are doing. It's important to tailor your portfolio to your niche. And that's why I said you should pick a niche first. And that's why I said you should pick a niche first. So it's important to tailor your portfolio to your niche first. You can't say you are a SaaS writer and then all and then your portfolio has only one SaaS article alongside many other articles across different niches. If you claim to be a SaaS writer, if you claim instead, because your niches, instead it should be majorly SaaS articles. Yeah. So next is look for work. So after getting a portfolio and client recommendations, so in your portfolio, a portfolio tip is to not only show the work, but highlight how it helps the client slash company slash business, and the testimonials or recommendations the clients gave for the great work. you did. Okay, so the next is step 4. This is step 3. This is also H3. So step 4. Step 4. Look for work. So if people need the skill in your local area, you can approach them offline and show them what you've done and how it can show them what you've done and then so look for work online and offline. So you can actually freelance offline too. So maybe people need a skill in your local area, you can approach them offline and offer to work for them. This will also help you build more credibility. But most freelancers prefer working online as as you can access global opportunities and get paid in foreign currencies. Hehehe. So, okay, look for work. Let me break it down. So, H4 would be freelance platforms. H4 would be freelance platforms. So, there are freelance platforms where people go to hire freelancers. Upwork is one of the most popular. You just have to set up your profile, verify your documents if asked, and then start applying to work with clients, or hope that someone stumbles on your profile and decides to work with you. I think I would take these freelance platforms to the bottom, because before, it's not easy to find your feet via freelance platforms. So your network, I would put this one first. Your network. So look for work. Page 4, your network. Your network. So you can inform friends, family, and previous colleagues that you are open to freelance work, and show them what you offer. Show them what you offer. You can reach out to friends, family, and previous colleagues. Show them what you offer and inform them that you're open to freelance work. So if people need a skill in your local area, you can also approach them and offer to work for them. I should cut instead of copy. So offer to work for them. Then freelance platforms. There are freelance platforms where people go to hire freelancers, but you just have to set up a profile, verify your documents if asked, and then start applying to work with clients, or hold that someone stumbles on your profile and decides to work with you. But most freelancers prefer working online as okay. I think I can remove this. So I can say you can freelance. Okay. The benefits of freelance platforms is that you can access global opportunities and get paid in foreign currencies. But most freelancers prefer. Okay, so that is it. The downsides is that if you are just starting out, it's harder to get a client, get clients, especially now that the market is kind of saturated. To get clients via these platforms. So another H4 would be social media. So you can inform your your network. So social media, you can reach out to people on social media who may need your services. Show them how you can help, and and so you can reach out to people who may need your services, who need, not who may need. Reach out to people on social media who need your services, show them how you can help, share your portfolio with them, and get, you know, share your portfolio, and if they like it, you could land your clients. Okay, freelance platforms, social media. What else? You can also use so other ways. You could use job boards like well found. So platforms include um, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Other ways, job boards like Well Found, cold emails. So cold emails. You find emails of business owners who need your skill and send them emails pitching your service to them. Job boards like Well Found also, so they are similar to freelance platforms, except that so they're similar to freelance platforms, except that they are more focused on jobs. Job boards like Well Found, they're similar to freelance platforms, basically. So list jobs, companies list jobs, uh, short term. Companies list jobs. You apply and could be picked. The the only thing is that on job boards, they are mostly looking for full-time employees for long-term commitments, not necessarily freelance. Okay, cold emails. So the next step is set up payment system. So this is step what now? Step 5. Set up payment systems. When you start working with international clients, you would need a way to receive your money. Payments systems like cheaper cash, onboard wallets, and onboard wallets give you. Now, they are quite a handful. I'm listing these ones because these are the ones I use. So cheaper cash onboard wallets give you foreign accounts in your name, so you can easily receive your currency, foreign pay, receive your pay, give you foreign USD accounts in your name, so you can easily receive your pay from abroad. From abroad, PayPal no longer works for Nigerians. Wise too. But then there's something I found out with Wise. Basically, you can you connect your virtual USD accounts to Wise, and then they send it through Wise. That is, your foreign client sends the money through Wise, but then it will route into your. I think I should not go into that. It's sounding complicated, but basically, you can still open a Wise account, but you will not be able to add a Nigerian bank account. So what you do is you will first of all get a virtual USD account, and then you open a Wise account. So you give them the email you used to open. Okay, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's leave this. So paper no longer works for Nigerians. Other, so there's no need to talk about PayPal. So other payments options include cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency. Although I've never received pay in crypto, but for some people that's what works for them. So cryptocurrencies. But then the people who actually get paid in cryptocurrency are mostly those who work in Web3, and your client also has to be open to using cryptos. So other payment options include cryptocurrencies, basically cryptocurrencies. So it's good to have multiple options. Many have open open as many ac- just it's good to have many options. Basically, it's good to have many options. So learn how to use crypto wallets, learn how to use crypto wallets, or open virtual accounts with different providers, because these providers that they could just wake up one morning and do something silly that would make you not be able to receive money via them anymore. So learn how to use crypto wallets, open virtual accounts with different providers. Okay, so set up payment systems. When you start working, you need to. Okay, so I'll then make this H4 and title this How to Receive Payments as a Nigerian Freelance. Say freelancer in Nigeria. So paste. So payment systems like onboard or let give a foreign user account. Give foreign user accounts in your name so you can easily receive your pay from abroad. Other options include cryptocurrencies. It's better. You can also open foreign domiciliary. You can also open domiciliary accounts. You can also open domiciliary accounts with your local bank. But domiciliary accounts, the charges are usually high and there are usually delays in receiving your payments. So it's good to have multiple options. Think of the ones with lower fees and faster payouts. So learn how to use crypto wallets, open virtual accounts. So the next step, which is step 6, if I'm not mistaken, step 6, structure your business. So if you notice now, some people may argue that you need to structure your business, structure your freelancing business before setting up payment systems and trying to get clients. But the truth is that in practice, getting clients, the truth is that in practice, many people first find their first few clients and then structure the business later as they try to scale. I agree with them. I agree with them. I agree with them. But the truth is that in practice, many people find their first few clients and then structure the business later as they try to scale. You don't have a business if you don't have clients. So don't waste time trying to structure the business when you don't have clients yet. But as soon as you have, it's good to draft contracts that state the scope of work, delivery, deliverables, and timelines. Timelines and payment terms. Yep. You also consider things like setting your rates, like setting your rates. So um so I'll just remove this. Like setting your rates. You may decide to bill clients per project or by the hour. So how much do freelancers charge per hour? This would be H4. This depends on your skill level and the market. This depends on your skill level and market demands. If more people are looking for you, your rate should be higher. This depends on your skill, your level, your experience, your level and experience, your experience and market demands. Check out. So instead, I'm going to link check out an article about rates. So it could be as low as $5 per hour, and as high as $100 per hour. So step 7, build a personal brand. Step 7, build a personal brand. So when you are known for something, your value goes higher, and people will be willing to pay you more. Building a personal brand is an asset that is an asset that okay, when you're known for something, your value goes higher and people will be willing to pay more. Being a personal brand is an asset that will help you access better opportunities and get paid higher than the market average. I'm not going to dwell on that. So step 8, continuously upskill and network. So if the market moves rapidly, always stay ahead by getting skills, by getting additional skills that people are in need of. Don't be comfortable with, don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. Else you could become irrelevant. Also, network with others in your industry. Not just the people you hope to work for. Join relevant groups in your industry. Most gigs are passed around between most gigs are passed around amongst friends and previous colleagues before they ever see the light of day on job boards or freelance platforms. Then, now, some freelancing platforms where the freelancers get paid. So, in these options of what's the word count? This is 2,500 words already. Wow. So, this part, I'm not going to Okay, I just hope my mic hasn't been off for too long. I just noticed that the battery is low and I've swapped it. Okay, so Fiverr now. Um, do I need to pay for Fiverr or just on Fiverr? So Fiverr is another popular freelancing platform. It is similar to Upwork and it's similar to Upwork. It's another popular freelancing platform. It is similar to Upwork. Um, you don't. You also don't need to pay to join Fiverr, and it has similar jobs to those on Upwork. Fiverr is also open to everyone, and you can join even as a Nigerian and get paid in dollars when you get clients and deliver the work. So that is for Fiverr. So TopTal, I don't know about TopTal. I don't know about TopTal, but I'm going to write about it. So I'll just go to Google. So TopTal, this is H3. Is this a new? How long have they been existing? So TopTal, TopTal. So TopTal, okay, TopTal has been there since 2010. I don't know then. TopTal enables businesses to hire the world's top talents. Okay, interesting. Okay. Recently, I would say recently, I came across TopTal. I haven't used them before, comma, but they seem to be nice. So the major reason why I'm talking about TopTal is because I saw it in my research. So we saw it in the related searches. So I just feel like it could add more signals to this article. It's a semantic keyword. So freelancing websites in Nigeria. Freelancing websites in Nigeria. So there are freelancing websites in Nigeria. There are some Nigerian Nigeria specific freelance websites, including there are also so there are also Nigeria specific. The English is not English. And there are also freelance platforms. There are also freelance platforms. Also freelance websites specific to Nigerians. This lets you get clients within Nigeria, but the pay cannot be compared to that of foreign clients. Some Nigerian freelance websites include, I have no idea, include, let's see, um, freelance websites in Nigeria. Freelance websites in Nigeria. Freelancer.com. No, these are not Nigerian specific. Um, I used to know some. Um, I used to know some. I used to know some. I used to know some. Uh, there's this website by a Nigerian. Is it Remote Work? Oh God, I cannot remember the name. How dare me forget? What is her name? Oh God. Let's skip that from now. For now. So, freelancing mentors to learn from. Freelancing mentors to learn from. So, I recently saw a quest. I recently heard. I recently saw someone asking who is the best freelancer in Nigeria. Who is the best freelancer in Nigeria? That's that's not a question anyone can answer. That's not a question anybody can answer. But we can highlight freelancers that are killing it, comma, from whom you can learn. Here are a few of them. Here are a few of them. Benga Adebi. I hope I'm talking about the right person. His name is Benga Adebi Upwork. So, yes, this is the guy. Yes, this guy is someone I admire. So, I would always recommend him. Benga Adebi. Benga Adebi. There's also Tony Fee Adeoti. Is that her name? Let me confirm her name. Um, Tony Fee Ade. I cannot. Yes, Adeife rather. Adeife Adeoye. Adeife Adeoye. So Adeife Adeoye. Although I won't really place her in the freelancing crew anymore. She's a madam now. But I think at certain points during her career, she was a freelancer. Adeoye. Who else do I know? Many names are coming to mind, but I don't really place those people as freelancers because they have their agencies and they are established, but you could still learn a thing or two from them. Um, I would add John Iwozo. Yep, I would add John. These are people I know I've learned a thing or two from. Yes, John Iwozo. So, yep, John Iwozo. Then I've got a few friends I can recommend. Uh, I'll add my name. This is me bragging. Come on, I cannot teach you about freelancing and not add my name. So one, two, three, and my humble self, and my humble self. So freelancing mentors to learn from. I say so someone asking who is the best answer in Nigeria. That's not a question anybody can answer, but we can highlight freelancers that killing it from whom we can learn. Here are a few of them: Benga Adebiyi, Adefe Adeoye, Johnny Warsaw, and my humble self, Tari. Okay, so how to identify a fake freelancer? Okay, um, so I'll take this to the frequently asked questions. This is H2. So frequently asked questions. So some Nigerian freelance websites include freelance. So some Nigerian freelance websites include freelance website. They also how can I forget this? What is the name? Oh, haha. Higher content writers in Nigeria. How to find a good content writer in Nigeria for your business. So, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I think I'm wasting much time here. So some Nigerian freelance websites include uh, 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 I think I will remove this freelancing websites in Nigeria. I think I'll remove this since I'm having a hard time piecing it together. But let's just move on. I'll come back to it. So freelancing mentors to learn from. I just saw someone asking who is the best freelancer in Nigeria. That's not a question anybody can answer, but you can highlight freelancers that are killing it from whom you can learn. There are a few of them: Benga Adebiyi, Edeife Adeoye, Johnny Wazo, and my humble self, Tari also. So how to identify a fake freelancer? Mm, H3. So there are some people who parade themselves online, who parade themselves online as freelancers only to sell courses or rip people apart. Here are some things to look out for. No portfolio, no portfolio, no portfolio. Person can't pinpoint. The person can't point to clients he or she has worked with. Now, this is very basic. That's something to look out for. No portfolio. The person can't point to clients he or she has worked with. Um, no proof of earnings. No proof of earnings. uh, this is actually hard. How to identify a fake freelancer. This is hard though. This is hard. So, how not to fail as a freelancer, basically. So, final words. So, freelancing mentors to learn from. Then, H2, how not to fail as a freelancer. How not to fail as a freelancer. Hmm. Be good at what you do and be able to deliver results. Then, keep to deadlines. Get a mentor. Get a, get a mentor or mentors. Get a mentor or mentors. Get a mentor or mentors. Be good at what you do and be able to deliver results. Keep to deadlines. Get a mentor or mentors. Network with other individuals and clients. Continuously upskill. Continuously upskill. What else? Manage your finances well. Finances well and prepare for dry spells. Then build a personal brand. So that is it. Then frequently asked questions. Be good at what you do and be able to keep to deadlines. Keep to deadlines. I think that's good enough. Frequently ask frequently ask questions. How to receive payments as a freelancer in Nigeria. Okay, I've already tackled that. So there's no point talking about it anymore. So the freelancers pay tax in Nigeria. Yes, you have to pay taxes. Ish 3. Yes, you have to pay taxes. Yes, you have to pay taxes. get a TIN number. Actually, Upwork asks for this during registration. So get a TIN number and get a tax identification number and treat yourself as a business. Pay the appropriate tax to the relevant authorities. Upwork actually asks for TIN during registration, but they don't deduct taxes from you. It is your duty. It is your duty to be a good citizen and pay taxes. Mm. Then are freelancers millionaires? Hell yes. God. Are freelancers millionaires? Yes, you are to pay taxes as a freelancer. So are freelancers millionaires? Yes, millionaires in Naira. Yes, command millionaires in Naira. But being a freelancer doesn't automatically turn you into a millionaire. Being a freelancer doesn't automatically turn you into a millionaire. The kind of clients you work with and the kind of jobs you do and the kind of clients you work with determine how much you are paid. As a matter of fact, working with foreign clients doesn't mean you are working harder. You know, I've written articles for which I was paid absolutely zero naira, but those articles were harder for me than the articles for which I was paid rates I cannot mention here. So, yes, you can be a millionaire as a freelancer, but it is not, freelancing is not a magic wand, basically. Yes, that will automatically make you a millionaire. It's just like every other job, every other business. There are doctors who are millionaires and there are doctors who are still dancing in low six figures. So, how much does a successful freelancer make? Mhm. A freelancer's millionaires H. This is H3. So, as a successful freelancer in Nigeria, you can expect to make at least 500 to $2,000 monthly. Okay, Can you make a living from freelancing? H3. If you've found your feet and built if you've built if you found your feet and built a client base, comma, you can if you found your feet and built a client base, you can if you found your feet and built a client base, you can why am I overthinking this, God? If you found your feet this is just too funny. If you found your feet and built a client base, you can live well of freelancing. Soon afford your dream vacations, build houses, buy cars, and all whatnot. So, which freelancing is best? Which freelancing platform is best for beginners? For me, freelancing platforms have not worked for me. I got my first client via Instagram. It's a story I share quite often. And then my second, my first international client was through Well Found. So to answer this question, which freelancing platform is best for beginners? I won't, I don't advise beginners to start with freelancing platforms. I don't advise beginners to start with freelancing platforms because there's usually higher competition. There's really higher competition. I advise beginners to start with freelancing platforms because there's usually higher competition, and there's usually higher competition. Basically, instead, instead, higher, not higher. My mind is firing in all directions. So instead, tap into your network, tap into your network, social media, tap into your network, social media, especially LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn. Tap into your network, social media, especially LinkedIn, and use code DMs, especially LinkedIn and Twitter. Use code DMs. When you can draw some of those clients to Upwork so as to build your reputation on those platforms. You can draw some of those clients to the freelancing platform so as to build your reputation there. But if you have to pick one, but if I'm recommend for a beginner, I would say go to Upwork. Which website is best for freelancing? But if I'm to recommend a platform for a beginner, I would say go to Upwork. Which website is best for freelancing? Basically, that's the same question. And that is it, guys. Basically, we have come to the end of our article. It took us over 2 hours to write this article. So now I'm going to structure it. How many words is this article? Wow, 3,000 words. I will publish this article. So now it's time to go to the checklist and let's see, Chrome freelance writing checklist. Dinosaur.co/resources slash SEO writing checklist. So SEO writing checklist. Writing articles in 15 easy steps. So match search intent. Yes, my article matches search intent. So heading tags. Did you use heading tags for structured articles? So now I want to go ahead and implement the heading tags. Remember, look at the document outline. We haven't used heading tags, so it's empty. So I'll give this H2. I'll give this H2. H2. Begin the work. So blah 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 blah. In this article, but first, what is freelancing? This is also H2. So basically, just select what you want to make the H2 and then come here and then where it says normal text, click on the arrow and then select the appropriate heading tag. So this is also H2. What is freelancing? Then this is H3. So I'll just select it and give it H3. Who employs a freelancer? This is also H3. So I'll just give it the H3. The freelancers have a salary. So types of freelancing, this is H2. This is H2. Freelancing is not a skill. So what kind of freelance jobs are there? This is H3 as we saw. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So what kind of jobs are there? There are endless jobs. When you use a particular skill, then that is a good pointer to a likely freelance job. That being said, some jobs are more in demand than others. So which freelancing job is in demand? This is H3, like I had noted earlier. So H3, here are the most common freelance jobs, and this is H2, some things to consider about freelancing before getting started. This is H2. So is H3. Starting freelancing easy. So now I can already sense that this article does not have my keywords enough times, but I know how to improve it. So is okay, profitability is H3. Profitability is H3. Um, this should be the format isn't similar. Okay, So profitability, profitability. So this is H3. This is H3. This shouldn't. This is H3. This is H3. This is H3. So if you check the document outline, you would see that it's gaining structure here. This is H3. It's freelancing a risky career. So freelancing and job security. This is H4. This is H2. So I said I was going to copy this ahead of these some things to consider, because this is why the person is here. So it's not good to push this further down, else the person is going to bounce. They will not stay long. So I would take this up before some things to consider. I'll take this up before there. So as you can see, you can write SEO articles with your mobile phone. Structure your business, build your personal brand continuously on skill and network. So cut. So I said I'll take that before some things to consider. So paste it here. So now structure this part. How to start freelancing in Nigeria. This is H2. Step 1 is H3. Step 1 is H3. Step 2, H3. Step 3, H3. Step 4, H3. And then this is H4. Then this is another H4. And then this is another H4. And then other ways is another H4. Okay. Then this is H5. Step 5 rather, H3 rather. This is H4. Step 6 is H3. This is H4. Okay, step 8 is H3. Okay, what else? Yep, looks good. So now I can go to what's the next part? Some freelancing platforms. This is H2. So some freelancing platforms. H3. Upwork is H3. Fiverr is H3. Toptal is H3. Freelancing websites in Nigeria. I think I will remove this. I'll remove this because I'm finding a hard time talking about this. I will remove it. Then freelancing mentors to learn from. This is H2. This is H3. How to identify a fake freelancer. So there are some people who pride themselves on freelancers only to sell courses or rip people apart. There's something to look out for. Um, can't point to clients he or she has worked with. No portfolio. Can't point to clients he or she has worked with. No proof of earnings. No proof of earnings. Okay. How not to fail as a freelancer, H2. H3. No, frequently asked questions should be H2, not H3. Then under it we have H3s. Another H3. And then another H3. And finally another H3. Okay, so basically this is what our outline looks like, the final piece. So what's the next thing? Keyword placement. Have you placed your keyword in important places? So I'll check my paragraph, my first paragraph. So whether you're a student or recently trying to find your feet and get the finances in order, starting. So my keyword isn't here. I'm going to add it. Starting freelancing in Nigeria is a great way to achieve that. Looking to work online. Come on. Freelancing in Nigeria is a great way to achieve that. Starting freelancing in Nigeria can help you earn. Okay, I think that's good enough. So, use your keywords in your heading. So H1, Yes, obviously, how to start freelancing in Nigeria. It's there. Is it in subheadings? So let's see. What is freelancing? Who employs a freelancer? Types of freelancing skills. So most of my subheadings don't have it. What kinds of freelance jobs are there? Which freelancing job is in demand? So how to start freelancing in Nigeria? This one has it. So I think I can squeeze my keyword into some of these headings. I'm just going to scroll to and look for opportunities. So set up payments, structure of business, how much you freelancing. So some things to consider to consider before you start. So some things to consider before you start. I'm going to add it here. Some things to consider before you start freelancing in Nigeria. Some things to consider before you start freelancing in Nigeria. Profitability, which skill is best for freelancing? Which skill is best for freelancing in Nigeria? I don't have to add in Nigeria in every part of the article. So can I learn freelancing on my own? Can I do freelancing with no experience? So I would change to can I start freelancing in Nigeria with no experience? So this is me looking for other subheadings to add my keyword. Is freelancing a risky career? Then freelancing and job security, then some freelancing platforms, freelancing mentors to learn from. So obtain Nigerian freelancing mentors to learn from. Then how to identify a fake freelancer, how not to fail as a freelancer in Nigeria. Okay, frequently asked questions about freelancing. Do freelancers? So I think that is good enough. Last paragraph. So, so if I'm to recommend a platform for a beginner to start freelancing in Nigeria, to start freelancing in Nigeria, I would say go to Upwork. So I've added it. So now the URL slug and all of that will be for when I'll be publishing. So basically my URL slug is going to be is going to be something like it's going to be so the URL slug will be something like my website.com/freelancing Nigeria. So slash start freelancing Nigeria. This will be my slug. Then my meta description I showed you earlier. So in my meta title, I would also include it, meta description. Then some images I can add to this article. I use Canva to create images. So I also go to Canva, pick a template, and then rename it. I can also add screenshots of the profiles of the mentors, but I'll rename it to freelancing mentor in Nigeria. I can also add screenshots of the platforms like Upwork. I can also add, there are many ways I can add images to this article basically, but ensure you add images to your articles. That's the point I'm trying to make, and ensure you rename it to your keyword. I already showed you what alt text is, then keyword density. So now it's time to search for start freelancing Nigeria. Let's see My article is 3,000 words, so my keyword needs to appear around 30 times in this article. Remember, I said for a 1,000 word article, your keyword should appear 10 times. So find and replace, search for start freelancing in Nigeria. So the keyword appears only 6 times. The keyword starts freelancing in Nigeria appears only 6 times. But you see, I'm not so worried because there are other variations of these keywords. For example, if I type freelancing in Nigeria alone appears 8 times. It appears 8 times. And let's type start freelancing. So start freelancing appears. How come it says start freelancing appeared 0 times? Okay, start freelancing appeared 10 times. So there could be some place where I said start freelancing, but I didn't add in Nigeria. And then there are certain places where I said freelancing in Nigeria. So I believe by the time I add all these variations together, it will be more than this 30, or it will be within this 30. But if I were to say I want to hit exactly this 30, there are different ways I can add the keyword start freelancing in Nigeria. So I could change this to looking to looking to start freelancing, looking to start freelancing in Nigeria and get paid in foreign currency. Looking to start freelancing in Nigeria and get paid in foreign and get paid in dollars. So yeah. So whether you're still trying to find your feet, freelancing in Nigeria is a great way. So starting freelancing in Nigeria. So some places I use start freelancing, some places I use starting freelancing. So it's basically the same thing. If I add all the variations together, I'm setting to tally up. So I'm not worried about the keyword placements in the keyword density. Then semantic keywords. Yes, there is Upwork, there's Fiverr, there's Total, and a host of other things. I've talked about payments. I've mentioned payment systems, cryptocurrency. Okay, I think a good semantic keyword would be remote work. So let me see if I have remote, if I said anything about remote work here in this article, because you can't talk about freelancing. So remote appeared 0 times. So I think remote work is a good semantic word to add to this article. So yeah, so freelancers must get paid when it's deliver. So types of freelancing is Paris governor types of up to multiple clients. Most of the work, so what is freelancing? Freelancing is simply offering skills to different clients on a short, mid-term basis as a contract without being employed by the company. Most of the work, um, most majority of freelancers, a majority of freelancers work for a short. Okay, I'll add um, employ freelancers for short-term work. Um, most of the work, majority of times, majority of times, the work is done remotely. That means the freelancer doesn't have to leave his house, leave his house to do. That means the freelancer doesn't have to leave his house to the company. That means the freelancer doesn't have to go to the physical location of the company. He can do the work from the comfort, from the comfort, from the comfort of his house, from the comfort of his house, or from a public workspace. So that's just me following the checklist. Then internal links. So now I have to add internal links. So relevant internal links. I've already showed you what internal links are. So I just have to search for. Now on my website where I want to publish this, I haven't actually written much, but I have an article about advanced keyword research. So I'll go to the part where I talked about. As you remember, we said relevant internal links. So you're not just trying to add internal links for the sake of it, but internal links that are relevant to this article you are writing, and that are relevant to the article you are writing. So I have an article about advanced keyword research on my website. So I'll just look for it. Um, it's under musings. It should be here. My website is secure. They don't know what they're saying. So copy link address. So I know I talked about SEO somewhere. SEO, SEO. I talked about SEO on the fundamentals of SEO. So how to appeal to the users. So brush up on the fundamentals of SEO like keyword research. So like keyword research. So then I would to internal link, just select an anchor text and then click the plus sign. You would see link, then paste your link. And basically that's how you create internal links. So you need to add at least 4 to 7 internal links. But I don't have that much article. So instead I could link to my other pages. So I could link to my home page, my service page, and this free SEO, this SEO writing checklist page. So those are other pages I could link to. So let's look for opportunities. Then also some pages they are also advised to internal link from your opening, that is from your introduction, link to the home page of your website. Okay, so let me see from whether you explain and of freelancing and just say why, because I was once like you, but I'm my first from freelance writing. So I'm going to just link this to my home page. So tarioswa.co, tarioswa.co. Okay, so we said for freelancing simply offering skills to different clients. So offering skills, um, I'll link to my service page here. Of course, the URL of my service page again. services, copy link address. So just paste it here, paste it, and then I'll go over to where I talked about portfolio. So if you're already experiencing your field to a portfolio, so where I talk about portfolio, I will link to my portfolio, copy link address, portfolio. So paste that right in there, and then my about page. So where I mention my name, I would link to my about page. So where was that document outline where I talked about freelancing mentors? So I'll link to my about page here. Okay, so we have done that. Back to our checklist. Then external link. So add at least one relevant external link. So I can link out to Upwork. There are so many options. Um, Upwork.com. So copy link. I don't want any tracking parameter. Oh, I don't want all this. So I'll just copy this, and then part where I talked about Upwork. So where I talked about Upwork, I will just link to Upwork, link to Upwork. Then what's the next? Active voice. I usually write in active voice. I usually write short sentences. I usually write short paragraphs. So I'm not so bothered. As you can see, while I was writing the article, it was like I was discussing with you. So that's me writing in simple words. It was like I was discussing with a friend and advising him or her. Multimedia. I don't want to go to Canva. I am tired. I am tired. So what I'll do, I don't want to go to Canva now, please. Uh, okay. So just look for images to add. You can't really add alt text here. It is when you are publishing. Although you can add alt text on images right in Google Docs, but I don't think it reflects. It will reflect when you publish it on your website, so you don't have to bother about that. And then quality check. So just assume that I have. So okay, if I were to do this well, I'll go to my article and look for the spots where I didn't use active voice. So let's see whether you are a student or a graduate trying to find your feet and get your finances in order. Freelancing in Nigeria is a great touch. Starting freelancing in Nigeria can help you. So can help you earn six. So that is actually passive voice. So an active voice would be like you can earn 6 to 7 figures monthly working for clients in Nigeria and beyond by starting freelancing. But then I think this is not so bad. I know this because I was once like you, but I made my first million naira as a student from freelance writing. Inside, so I'll show you step by step process to start freelancing in Nigeria without any experience. So these paragraphs are quite lengthy, so I could break them. Companies that need certain skills but don't want to commit to full-time employment employ freelancers for short-term work. The majority of the times work is done remotely. That means a freelancer. Okay, so I think this isn't so bad. Then another thing is to ensure your formatting is right. So I'm going to select all, and the format, I'm going to clear formatting. Yeah, I think this looks good. Yes, so all the sentences now have the same pattern. If you noticed earlier, it looks like some sentences were larger than others, but I think now everything looks good. So that's formatting is very important. So now my article has structure, it's easy on the eyes, you can remove extra spaces. So I can add a picture here. Um, Let me just go to Google and get freelancing pictures. But this isn't advised. I use Canva. Okay. Another place you can get free pictures from is on Splash. So yes, on Splash. Yes, it's really free. So just type freelancing. Just type freelancing. So on splash.com is a place you can get free pictures on splash.com. So this is free. Look for images that are not locked so I can download this. Allow, allow, allow. What's happening? Allow me to download my picture from on Splash, yo, please, yo. So download, allow, cancel. Um, let's go to site permissions. Oh my God. Um, Pop-ups, exceptions. Let me just enable this. I would disable them later. So download, allow. What's happening? I don't understand. I do not understand. Let me go and disable those things first. No, no. Let's see if this will work. Still not close any bubbles or overlays from other apps and then try again. On Splash doesn't want me to download the image. I don't know what's happening. I would have shown you. I think it's because of the screen recorder I'm using. Put it off. Let's see if I can save image as. Let's see, download image. Okay, image downloaded. So yes, you can get free images from Unsplash. The only deal is that you have to cite the person from whom you got it from. So copy link address. So I can add that image right here from photos. Add it right here. So this looks good. Now what I did was wrong. I was supposed to rename this image before before adding it. So I was supposed to come to yes and then rename it. So I can say freelance start freelancing image cover image. So start freelancing Nigeria. Start freelancing in Nigeria. Cover image. Start freelancing in Nigeria. Cover image. Cover image. So rename it before uploading. So I'm going to remove this and re-upload it. So I would remove and re-upload. So this is it. Now you can actually image options. You can add alt text here. I used to see that thing to add alt text to images on Google Docs. Okay, so I can't find it, but basically the most important point to add your alt text is when you are publishing it on your website. So you just get other images you want to add, get other images, do the same process of renaming them and adding them here. Okay, so the next point on our checklist. So yes, whenever you get images from Unsplash, you have to source. So you say source Unsplash, and then you link to where you downloaded it from. So source Unsplash. So site images you get from Unsplash. And then you repeat the process. So next step on our checklist, quality check. So I'll just copy 1000 words. I would copy 1000 words into duplicate checker. Although you saw me writing this article from scratch without AI, so we can't expect it to have an AI score or to be plagiarized, but then this is just to fulfill all righteousness. This is to fulfill all righteousness, so it isn't necessary. So I'll just copy, I don't know how many words that is. Duplichecker.com. So duplichecker.com. And then how many words is that? 300 only. So let's get more words in there. Let's see how many words now. And now I've exceeded it. So I would remove some words until it's at 1000. Yep. And then I'll select all of this so that I can easily. So I'm not a robot. Check plagiarism. Or what are they saying? They said I still have more words, so I'm going to remove some. I'm not a robot. Check plagiarism. What is the problem? Total word counts. I think these people are joking with me. Let me remove this. Here it says 975 words. Okay, I'm not a robot. Check plagiarism. Okay, checking. While it does that, let's go to Phrasely. Phrasely to check AI detector to confirm that Phrasely is mad. I am human. So paste, check for AI. Paste. Check for AI. Scanning. What do they say? They said 4/66 are likely AI generated, but your text is likely human. So my score is 94% human. Hooray! And then we could use GPT-0, my favorite, GPT-0. Oh, there's no need since we have already confirmed. Let's see what duplicate checker has to say. It's still checking. So it says 6% plagiarizing, 94% unique. So like I said, I usually aim for less than 5 5% or less. But I'm not worried about 6%. So freelance is not a skill in and of itself. They say this is plagiarized. That is nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about then, but you're just saying I want you to work for free and build your portfolio. That's also nothing to worry about. So, but I could still reward that, but I'm not worried. Let's move on. So basically, we have ensured. So final checks. So now I have to go to my intro and hook, but I already did that, so I know it's catchy. And then include call to actions where relevant. So this is where, like I said this article will be more suited for someone who is a freelance coach. So in the part where I talked about get a mentor, that's a good place to pitch saying, um, reach out to me or look at my rates, or then at the end of the article I can go on to say ready to start freelancing. Okay, ready to skip the trials. So I could say something like skip trials, skip trial and error, and start freelancing. If you want to start making money faster than you can do on your own, faster than you can do on your own, comma, get support from someone who has done it before, comma, get my freelancing mentorship. Do that, and so you put a link to where the person can get your freelancing mentorship, and basically that is it. Your article is ready to go. All you have to do now is click on this. Okay, so usually what I do is I always make a copy of my article before I share to the client. So I just click on that. You see this, make a copy. So once you click that, you get a copy, and then you can forward this to the client. So you just click on the share, manage access, then change, ensure it's not restricted. Anyone with the link can be an editor. Now you already have your copy, so you're not worried that a random person can access this article. So click on editor and then copy the link, copy the link, copy the link, and you can share the link with your clients. As you can see here, let me paste the link for you to see. So if I paste the link, so I can share this link with anyone, and person will be able to access this article. So let me make a copy. And guys, basically that is how to do SEO content writing. I'm going to stop this now and head to the final section where we'll talk about how to build your portfolio. Although basically writing about how to start freelancing, I touched on some of those things. So I'm going to talk about how to build a portfolio and how to get clients. Wow.